Alright, well, welcome back. We are at the version 3.7 beta test, and on the bridge here you can see that we have already a new guest. It's the new character, new Fuhua character, S rank Valkyrie. And well, it's time to play around with her, to see what she has to offer, and well, to see overall how she will tie up with the other Valkyries. Now, first aesthetically, she is looking rather good. Definitely, I'm a fan of the long hair and of the costume, and of her general posture. She's looking quite serious. Alright, well, her name Azure Empyrea. On the graph we can see high damage, high support, high survivability. Control medium, easy is non-existent, and medium to low burst. Alright, well. Her ultimate, Empyrean Thunder, deals 1.8k fire damage against all enemies and immobilizes them for 8 seconds. Boosts the team of all elemental damage, alright. Against direct hit by this skill by 30% for 15 seconds, alright. So we can so far see that this character's use overall is pretty much a support to DPS. Oh, and she has a interesting leader skill. Alright, that's gonna be interesting. 80% and okay. That's an interesting combination there. Herrscher the Reason and Vermilion Knight Eclipse. Okay, well, for beginners, well, these are the gear for the, I guess, the starter gear. The master gear that I'll be using is this. Some new stigmas and a new weapon, which I'll be taking a look at in just a second. And on the economic build we have Grips of Taekwon and we have the Fuhua Musician set. Pretty much stuff that we pretty much are already familiar with. Nebulous Duality, her main weapon. Alright, the wielder gains Senior Interrupt and 10% attack speed for 10 seconds, during which she restores 3 SP but loses 1% of her current HP per 0.5 seconds. Alright. Fuhua Equip bonus. Hitting an enemy with the final hit of any set of her combos boosts her total damage by 6% for 15 seconds. Alright, this effect enemy triggered once every 2 seconds. Oh man, this is quite a support weapon. Well, I guess a semi-support. It can be also used for DPS. Alright, well, this is about to be interesting. Okay, she's looking pretty good so far. Fuhua Margrave, the new stigma sets. Alright, we have the set bonuses over here. 30% more fire damage as expected, and we have the Fire Heart for okay. So in order to activate the Fire Heart, we have to spend a approximate amount of SP. Sounds like we will have to use the weapon skill. So the stigmas are pretty much tied up with the weapon, and her skills are pretty much sophisticated for the character, meaning that in order to utilize all of these effects, you pretty much will have to have her, or actually no, you don't have to have her weapon. I think other weapons also can work, because the point is to consume SP in order to utilize the effect. So she's looking pretty, I guess, free to play friendly so far, I must say. Alright, attack speed increased by 20% and Fireheart will give buffs to team. Okay, it does not stack, and 14% more total damage. Okay, well, again, everything looking pretty decent so far with this character. The hair animations, nice. Alright, well, onto the skills. Yin and Yang. Well, it's a 4-sequence basic attack. Interestingly enough, the QTE you can switch it on and off if you like. And the inputs for attack is either the normal attack button A or the ultimate attack button B. So that's interesting. I can already see variations of the combinations being done with these two buttons, which I like a lot. So we can either I'm guessing we can have 3 yin or 3 yang, or a combination of these 3. So that means pretty much around 9 to 18 variations of all these different combos. Alright, Empyrea Thunder, we already saw the ultimate skill. If you tap and hold, okay, that's interesting. 125 SP, cooldown 5 seconds. Tap and hold B to utilize or to launch the ultimate. This ultimate is looking pretty good, I will say, graphically. You will see in the gameplay when I play. Alright, well, also effects. Effects are looking pretty good. Like, this character so far appears to be really a multi-purpose character for pretty much both support and DPS. And to be honest, I am a fan of that, since it gives us players like creativity in order to utilize the character how we want. So yeah, pretty much so far looking pretty good. Alright, well, we have these different combos, as I have already guessed, so there's gonna be a variation of the A and B attack button, as expected from Fuhuo. Tai Chi of Inertia, okay, 2 times evade, okay, looking pretty good also. And alright, well, 80% ignore interrupt, alright, passive skill, well, pretty much, can revive once per each battle. Alright, that's gonna be useful, I can definitely tell you that. Useful in certain game modes. And Hex of Exposure, yeah, this is her leader skill. And well, this was it for the overall, I guess, numerical part. And now on to the gameplay. Now let's actually see how she works, how these different combos work, and how she performs in battle. Alright, well, we're here. Tap ulti or attack to perform attack generates yin, ulti generate attack generates yang, ulti generates yin. Alright. Well, I'm pretty much doing the, I guess, yang. And okay, well, the game tries to teach me, but I already figured out how stuff works. So we have all these different combinations. You can either go A, B, A, B, 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 A, B, A, B, A, B, and so on. Pretty fun stuff, and I'm a fan of the combinations. And alright, well, we have 2 yin plus 1 yang, or 1 yin plus 2 yang. Okay, well, pretty much, I think it doesn't matter which combination you choose. Pretty much in that perspective, it's simple. That was her ultimate. As you can see, it looked pretty awesome, and well, it looked actually pretty amazing, I will not lie. Like, that ultimate looked nice. I'm definitely a fan of that graphical effect. And oh man, oh, that's okay, Fuhuo, you're definitely trying to tease me now. Interesting little ending screen there. Alright, well, flat is justice, just saying. Now let's try the other stage. Definitely will play I'll definitely play Memorial Arena and Abyss in just a moment. I just have to pretty much go with the basic stages over here to pretty much show how the character actually works. So she is a psychic, so that pretty much means she will be effective against mechas and against her own kind. So that's good to know. Definitely can be really interesting in that perspective. And now let's see that ultimate. Okay, still not yet, 125. Alright, there we go. Now against creature types, like against biologic types, like any other psychic, she can be quite, I guess, vulnerable. But that also depends on, since she is a elemental damage dealer and support, elemental damage dealers are kinda in the better position when we're talking about type disadvantages, since elemental damage pretty much ignores the type disadvantage. At least that's how it was up until now. I think it's still the case, and that pretty much means that, well, she will be equally effective against pretty much most of the types, and that pretty much is a good thing, since that means you will not have to switch between characters a lot. But here I'll be playing Memorial Arena. I'll be torturing my favorite enemy, Benares, and also I'll be using the new elf that pretty much boosts fire damage even further. So this is the recommended combination that the game has pretty much recommended us, so let's see how this will roll. This, I can already tell you, rolls really good. Now of course, since this friendly dragon over here has a couple forms, ice, lightning and fire. Once I fight this dragon on fire, I'll be switching to ice, and when I'm fighting ice, I'll switch to fire. So to keep that DPS maximized, since I don't want to fight something on high resistance, right? Alright, I'm just gonna she's kinda teasing me with the ending animation, alright, I'm not gonna lie, looking pretty good with that umbrella and that slow turnaround. Alright, the draggy has landed, let's whoop his butt a little bit. So I will say so far she plays good. Definitely I'm a fan of the new system of how she introduces the combos. Now definitely you have to be close to the enemy when you're doing the combos. The combos are they're not so difficult. You just need to like tap and hold. Once you reach 3 of the balls there, tap and hold and she will do her combo. And you pretty much, like I said before, you can mix yin and yang, use the A, use B, pretty much how you like. And I'm a fan of that, like it gives us a bit more creativity and a bit more, I guess brain usage when we play. Some people call it like that, some people call it differently. I pretty much call it Fuhua style. So Fuhua was never simple to play, and I am happy that at least they are keeping the tradition in keeping Fuhua a bit more difficult to play than any other character at the moment. Well, at least like most of Fuhuas are kinda tricky, or can be tricky, especially the last Fuhua. Her combos definitely require good practice, but she is quite good, I will say that. Like I was really happy using her back in the previous beta and in the game at the moment. Even though I'm currently like saving my crystals, I'm waiting for something. I don't know exactly on what I'm waiting for, but I will have to save like a lot more crystals than I have like right now. I'm like on 25,000. Have like I need like minimum of 50-75,000, so there is still a long way to go until I reach that. Alright, well, we're pretty much doing good against this dragon. I will say I am pretty much playing extremely chill, and well, definitely it's not like too difficult to... This character is actually really like okay. I said it too early. The dragon popped his sneaky, like, this attack can be tricky. If you don't dodge it on time, you're pretty much stuck there, and potentially you're losing one Valkyrie, so you gotta time that dodge. Oh, that's okay. Beautiful. Oh man, like nice work developers for that graphical effect. I enjoy it. It looks amazing. And it's smooth as well. Like, I'm surprised how smooth it is. Like, alright, that's interesting. And the dragon kicked the bucket. Alright, well, let's try to get that double S. Like I'll be honest, character, this current lineup, I am like playing pretty chill, and it's doing pretty good. If I were to play like a bit more serious, bit more professional, then I would be able to get a lot better score. But I'm just here to show you guys how much I like this character so far. And I'm kind of thinking, like, I have like 25,000 crystals. Should I get this character? I mean, I could use a good elemental damage dealing buff, or should I say a semi-elemental damage dealer and semi-support. Interesting. Well, I'll definitely think about it. But so far, if someone is actually thinking if someone should get this character, well, if you pretty much need a elemental support or a elemental DPS, pretty much one of these two or both. This character is solid. Like she has decent DPS, alright. Is not so difficult to play. Is really rewarding in that in terms of ability and skill, and pretty much in general, like, is a really smooth, good-looking character. Like, aesthetically speaking, she's alright. Like, aesthetically speaking, like, she's more than alright. I like the design of the character. I like the effects. I like the skills so far, how it works. And well, pretty much there is nothing wrong to say about her as of now. I don't see anything that's out of the ordinary or anything bad so far. So yeah, this character is definitely a to-go character. Now in my case, since well I am free to play after all, I have to pretty much plan my my investments in this game, alright? So I'll be thinking, like, there is a high chance, like a really high chance, that I will be getting this character on the official version. Like, when I say high chance, like 70 to 80% that I will get this character, simply because I pretty much, my main team is a elemental team. I have lots of elemental gear, stigma pretty much, and well, I think that having this character as a support, as a buff, will definitely do me really good. And of course, who can resist that long hair? Oh my god, they made her hair so long, man. I'll be honest, I have my own like preferences and such, but long hair is one of my like favorite traits in a girl. That's at least something that I pretty much personally like. Of course, there are exceptions, but long hair is always something that I personally really like a lot. And well, I'll mention other things, but that's for another video. Alright. Well, now we are playing Abyss. Well, not the best case scenario. I don't know why the Abyss is so tricky lately. We do get a neutral on fire type. Physical damage is getting reduced, lightning damage is getting high up. And well, again, not the perfect scenario for this character, but a good scenario to actually see how she will perform in a, like, let's say, difficult situation where she will not get any buffs. And well, I must say she's doing good. She is definitely doing good. With this combination, with this team that I'm currently running on, she is actually doing a really good job. Now, as you can see, her evade can pretty much trigger both QTEs of these characters, which is pretty good. And when I say pretty good, I mean you can pretty much time them right with the timed buffs, and I can definitely see this character being like current meta. When I say current meta, you will be getting best scores with a really interesting team that will have this character included within. So definitely looking forward to see how this character will, how I will like the character. Now, this elf that I'm currently using, Nula, a new elf that is pretty much going to be released in 3.7. I pretty much don't have many elves, since I pretty much kinda didn't pull for them. Definitely this elf is a really nice addition to the overall DPS. I'm just gonna say that. And also she can trigger the QTEs of some Valkyries, which can pretty much give you some I guess field advantages in some cases, and some buffs in some cases, or it can save you time in some cases. So there are pretty much lots of these other like usages for these elves. Now that's because I'm not using them, that's pretty much my own personal problem, because I'm one of the older players in this game, and I'm pretty much so much used to fight without elves. I pretty much use elves only as a health support. That's what I personally do. Is that good? Well, not exactly, since those elves can give you some really fantastic buffs in terms of damage, in terms of like overall survivability, resistance, and so on. So ignoring elves is not the best thing, I'll be honest. I just maybe have to save from some elves in the future, we will see. But yeah, they're definitely making life a lot easier in the game, and overall combat a lot easier in the game. Alright, that was an interesting little ultimate. Now something that that might be a something of a little concern. That black and white shift during ultimate. I noticed it kind of prevents you from seeing the enemies for a split second. That might be crucial, because that might actually get you like hit, or might miss an important like move or something like that. So that might be a slight problem. Now, I don't know, I personally don't know how this will affect lower end and mid-range devices. My flagships pretty much run really good so far, so I personally don't know how the black and white shift will affect the overall frame rate. Hopefully it will not affect the frame rate. I mean, it should not affect the frame rate in general. That's the only thing that there is a slight concern about. But besides that, well, there is pretty much nothing wrong with the character. I like how she kind of switches dimensions during ultimate. That's some pretty nice touch, I'll say that. Like, that's some pretty nice touch there. Alright, well, at least I'm fighting mechas. I'm fighting mechas. Okay, nice. And this, like, for a split second when she kind of turns into her own dimension there, that looks absolutely amazing. I'm personally surprised. I personally didn't look at any leaks before. This is me actually first time experiencing the character pretty good. And definitely I'm happy with this update so far. So far, it's looking pretty good. Alright, now I just made a couple mistakes there playing. I got hit a couple times, and I missed cookies, oh man. But, oh man, and this animation. Good job for making the animation smooth. Usually animations like these in this game tend to be kind of laggy, but this animation is smooth, and big thumbs up for the developers for actually giving us such good content this time. Okay, well, a couple more of these enemies are left. Now, this is on a red... No, this is, I think... No, I actually forgot. I think this is a Red Lotus. And for a Red Lotus and for my type of current gameplay, I'm doing a pretty good job at this. Now, I'm pretty much trying to play this character solo, which is possible, but not effective. And I decided, well, let's just play all characters as a team combined, since that's the point of this after all. So, and it works. The combination that they gave us works. Now there are some, well, in my case, I would use this character, I would use Herrscher of the Reason, and I would use Divine Prayer. Divine Prayer mostly because she is my personal medic, since I mess up quite a bit and I need her to boost my HP when needed. And this character to give me elemental damage buffs, and pretty much switch this character and Herrscher of the Reason, like phase these two one and out in those occasions. So that's how I will pretty much, I think, how I will roll with these characters. We will see. Overall, I'm pretty satisfied with this character. I definitely see her having great potential in the game. And well, the update was, when was it? On the 13th of February. Alright, so on Valentine's Day. Okay. Well, that's a pretty decent update schedule, update day, so I'm excited to see how this will roll out in the official version. So far, I'm really satisfied with it. I'm really happy, like, it works really good. And so far, I don't see anything that I can complain about, besides, like I said, I don't know how the phase in and out black and white effect will affect lower end devices. I guess maybe other beta testers might be able to provide that info. I don't have low-end devices, so I don't know how it will affect them. And well, this was like one of my favorite beta tests so far, I will say. Well, to summarize this character, I will play this character a lot more in this beta test, so there is more content ahead. Overall, I am really happy with this character. She is really good in pretty much all perspectives, and well, can't wait to keep on playing with her. So with that being said, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Take care.